So I just found a container of maize and I'm going to sell it at a scrapyard over here. And at first it seems like a great thing to have. I'm probably going to sell it for I think 1.4 million. And at first you think, okay, that's great. However, I already sold my first big maize container, I think, last week. And the moment I did it, I lost all motivation to keep playing the game. Because my goal was to get enough money to get an Argo raft, and I'll have the money for it. And there's nothing else to do. So then I reverted to my classic, most favorite gameplay experience, which is just traveling to different types of missions and collecting different types of cargo. Sometimes from these FPS missions, there was cargo lying around, and sometimes from salvage rigs, and sometimes from just player rigs. Like this maze container I just found at the start of the video. And at one point I found a container of Bexalite. I never seen Bexalite before. So my first reflex was, okay, I'm going to tab out, go to SC Tools, check where I can sell it for the best price. And then I stopped myself and I thought, wait a minute, something's wrong. Because imagine like playing a single player game like Cyberpunk, and you would, before you go through a quest, you would check an online website where to get the best answers, the best loot, the best everything. Then you're spoiling yourself the game of experiencing it yourself. And I think all of us, we are doing this in Star Citizen by accident without realizing how much damage we're doing to our own game experience because of it. Now, this is not supposed to be a diss. This is not supposed to be a diss against the websites that offer service like SC Tools or other sites. But especially for new players, I think they should avoid looking up stuff online they can find out in-game. Because that's the fun of actual exploration. Because here's the paradox. Currently, the only real exploration in this game is being a space trucker who wants to sell cargo and not knowing where to sell a particular piece of cargo. And then you go to different places, you check out whether you can sell it, and maybe you find out information what that place wants to buy. Then in your next trip somewhere else, you remember, okay, wait a minute, that place wants this or that cargo. So I can pick it up and bring it to that point. And you build your own intelligence network about places to go. Because currently any other activity that's marked as action or exploration, adventure, those are completely static things that you spawn for yourself. By accepting a mission, the game spawns for you a perfectly deterministic situation where you know exactly how many enemies, what type of loot you can get, and there's no variation in it. So the only real adventure you have is finding some boxes, flying somewhere where you do, and trying to figure out where to sell them. So I would like to give you 2 tips for immersion after the first step, which is not looking up online sites for it. So the first thing you should do is get yourself a piece of paper, like an actual, you get an actual piece of paper and a pen. And then every time you go to a nice place where you want to sell something, or you go to a selling console, you write down what the place wants, what it needs, and what it sells to you. And as you go to that place, pick up items that are unique to that place, whether it's an item of food, some drink, water, some helmet, plush toy, whatever. And then decorate your ship with it. So I'm going to show some screenshots how I decorate my world with that. Because then you basically physically invested in the gameplay activities surrounding going from A to B to figure something out. And I can say with great certainty you're going to have more fun going to the Lowell Central Business District, taking the 2 trains, or is it 1 train from the Starport, I'm not sure, to get to that place with the excitement of not knowing whether the cargo you have in your trunk right now will actually sell at that place. It's like opening a loot box. Think of it. You collect random cargo. You see like stacked up. You have the satisfying gameplay of stacking it in your ship. Then you fly somewhere with the anticipation of what can I get for it. And then you land in Lowell. You go through all the trouble going through the train, taking all the stuff. And then you go to the Central Business District. You go to open the beautiful console. You select your ship, and then suddenly you see what you can sell and what you can't sell. Sometimes it's nothing, sometimes it's all your stuff, sometimes it's anything. And it's like, psychologically, it's like the way a loot box works in video games. And by basically tabbing out and looking up a website that tells you exactly where to buy stuff, it's like cheating yourself out of the fun in other games when you open a loot box and you don't know what's inside of it. Now imagine every time you play Borderlands or Diablo, I haven't played Diablo many years, or any other game where you have randomized loot in boxes. Imagine you would know what's in the box 20 minutes before you would touch that box. You'd probably get really bored of it. And that's how it works in this game right now. And so yeah, that's the point of the video. So basically, avoid using external sources. Use a physical notepad, like not some notepad on your phone or on your computer where you tab out, like a physical piece of paper, and use a pen or pencil to write on it. Because then you're physically engaged into the game activity. And the second thing is collect items and decorate your ship with them. The thing is, that feature is not really stable, because if your servers bugs out, and then later you have to reclaim the ship, then all the items are gone. However, just because an item or feature might be crashing and bugging out all the time doesn't mean you can try to enjoy it. Because if you play this game just for the credits, I think you're going to burn out pretty quickly, because the actual gameplay outside of getting credits is extremely thin in this game currently. And after that first maze container, it might feel exciting for a minute, but the moment you get your second one, like again in this video, it's not that exciting. It's more exciting to get back in your ship that you kept safe and get attached to, and seeing all the items from the different travels you have lined up on a table or somewhere. So that's it for this video. I hope it wasn't too weird of a guide, and I hope it was useful. And as always, thanks for watching.